Alright, today I felt like playing Vintage Story. It's very much like Minecraft. It's a block game. So let's get this going. We got this little loading screen here with this. I'm gonna guess that this probably plays into some kind of a lore, but I don't think the game has lore implemented in it yet. So let's return. So, it sounded like we started in an ocean. We have this tall blue character. If I were playing with friends, I'd be a little more worried about picking out his clothes exactly. Oh, it's fine. We don't look terrible. Some holes on our clothes, but I think that's about the best you can get to start with. So, fortunately there's no oxygen bar, so starting in water like this doesn't affect you. I don't believe you can drown. So we'll get over here. This is actually a pretty fortunate starting point because of all these reeds. I couldn't ask for a better starting point, honestly. So we got some basalt here. We'll need that. Poke around a little bit and see if we can find some flint. Oh, obsidian's good too. So yeah, this is a really good starting point, and copper. We already have copper. We're going to leave that there for right now. This copper being on the surface will mark copper that's below it, and so that's really helpful. Same as right here. So there's a copper deposit just a few blocks down right here. So we'll get some of this gathered up. This flint is a little different than these other rocks. You can't throw it, whereas you can throw these ones. Kind of work as self-defense. That one's gone now. So we'll gather up some of these, and we'll get ourselves a knife and start gathering those reeds up. Alright, we'll take these and we'll make knife blades. This napping mechanic is kind of fun. You get to shape your stuff. You can't customize the shapes as far as I know, but it does give you more of a feel of crafting your own stuff. So I got these knife blades. Go ahead and make a spearhead. I left the animals on their normal aggression, so some of them will attack. So we'll want to be ready for that. Alright, so we got the knife. We got the spearhead, and we need sticks. So looking in here, we can get sticks from some of these branches. If you look at them, you can kind of see sticks in them, if they're ones that will drop sticks. You can just break them, and some of them will give you saplings, like that one did. So we could plant a tree now. Another way to tell is if you can walk through it, it doesn't have sticks in it. I've noticed. There we go. We got 2 sticks now. So your crafting grid is just right here in your inventory, but you notice we don't have an inventory. It's just what I can carry right here on the hotbar. We're going to take this knife, and we're going to fix that. I believe, oh, you hear that wolf? That wolf is a bad thing. If he comes over here, it might be game over already. So I'm going to gather up some of these reeds, and hopefully that wolf doesn't show up, and I'll bring you guys back when I have enough of them. Alright, so I got 40 cattails. That should be enough for what I want. Just arrange them like that, and we can make these baskets, which you can put down here, and you can see each one gives you some inventory space. So just like that, now I can carry a lot more items. I left the base of these because they will grow back if you leave them, but you can also dig those up for food. So if I can't find any other food, then I can come back here and collect some of those. But I'm going to see if I can find some clay. If I can find that, then that'll be about where I want to set up. So we'll walk around and see if we can find any good resources. Blue clay or fire clay. Wow. That little guy was in a hurry. So if I find anything, I'll bring you... Oh, never mind. There's peat. So we can make a shovel. Peat is a fuel source for fires. I need a stick. Should be one right there. There we go. So if you collect this peat, if it comes time to cook food or make torches, which we'll want to do here before it gets too close tonight. I'm sorry about the rain noises. I'm sure they're pretty loud. They were last time I had a lot of rain playing this. I've been playing a bit in single player just to get used to how it works. There's been an update since the last time I played. Probably been quite a few of them, honestly. So I've been getting used to this game again. You'll notice the peats break into the peat. You'll notice the peat breaks into little bricks, and then you can put that in your fire. So this is a good find. We don't have to make firewood as long as we have that. As you can see, there's quite a bit of it. It spawns in pretty big patches normally. So we're going to look around and see if we can find some clay. Alright. So running through the woods, I found this trader's hut. So we can come up here and see what we got. A Hanu. What do you sell? There we go. So he'll sell, what is he? He's a clothing merchant. So he'll sell these different bits of clothing and jewelry, accessories, and he'll buy different clothing, and he'll also buy flax twine. It's gears. You have to find gears or trade for them. So he's not helpful right now. So since I turned claiming off, I thought that would let me gather these things, but it doesn't. So I can't steal from him. Right over here, ooh, we have red mushrooms. These ones will give you food, but they will also injure you. So it's a little give and take there. So we're going to go ahead and leave those ones. Now these brown ones, we'll take these brown ones. If you cut them with a knife, it'll leave the stem, and you can come back and collect them when they grow back. So we got some food now. We're better off than we were. So if I can't find clay, I may end up just spending the night in a hole when night finally comes around. We got some berry bushes here. You collect the berry bush, you can replant it at your house, and then you can have berries growing. Food source. Berries aren't a great food source in this game, but they're better than nothing. A little bighorn sheep there, a baby one. Usually means there's parents nearby. And we don't need to get gored by a sheep right now. So be kind of careful running through here. Still hoping we don't see those wolves. So I'll look around some more, and if I find anything else that's worth showing, I'll bring you back. Alright, so here's something worth showing. We got some mature spelt type of grain. So we can harvest this, we get seeds, and we get spelt grain. So now some of these aren't quite grown yet, so we're going to want to leave those. They have a chance to not give you anything, but sometimes you can get seeds off of them if you want to go replant those. But for now we'll just take these. If we get a setup, we can grow some of this ourselves. I still haven't found clay yet. What do we got here? We got quartz bits. So somewhere right down here is quartz. Should be just a few layers down. Looks like this might be another one. So we know where that is. We got some copper over here. We'll get some of that before too long, but for now I'm just going to leave it so that it marks the deposit underneath. You can build something on it to mark it, but for now, I don't need to carry it around. It'll just clog up my inventory, which is already getting pretty full. Look at this. These berries are the easiest way to feed yourself in the beginning, that and the mushrooms. So, I'm going to go back to my search for clay, and I'll bring you back if we find anything. Alright. So, back over here. We are a little north of the lake where we started. I think this is about where we started. Right up here, you can actually kind of see it on the map. The clay, it's white. So that helps us. There's something right over here. We'll go explore that. Now that we know where to find some clay. It was blue clay, so that kind of limits our usage of it. Fire clay is the other one, and it has a little bit more you can do with it. But it doesn't limit us too much right now. It just could in the future. But it'll work good. It's a good find. Good starting point. I did find a rabbit that had fallen in a hole and died, so I harvested him. Got a little meat. But we'll run over and check out that little ruin that I pointed to on the map, and I'll meet you guys there. Alright, so this is what the map showed us. Doesn't appear to be much. Maybe an old walkway, maybe the foundation of the wall. But here it is. It doesn't seem to have any loot with it. Sometimes these will have like treasure chests that you can loot and get some free tools or ore. But doesn't seem to be anything here. So we'll go ahead, probably build a house right in here. We're not too far from that peat, which we can use for our fires, and we're pretty close to our clay. So we'll go ahead and get a house built real quick, and we'll be right back. Alright, so I collected some building materials, and I came back over here. I thought I might kind of incorporate this a little bit into the build. It gives me a little bit of a head start and a little bit less that I have to build myself. And it looks like it's already getting dark, so we're going to want to get this built before the monsters start spawning, because I didn't give myself any kind of a grace period. So we'll get this all cut down. I collected a bunch of grass, which you do with a knife, just cut it. So we'll take that, and we'll make hay bales. And then we can put these down here. What should we move out? We don't need that. We still don't need that. There we go. And so we'll just kind of build a house. Break this out of the way. So I'm going to skip the corners for now. Yep, that was it for my hay bales already. I did not collect nearly enough. The other option we have for housing materials is taking this. I have some soil still too. And we can take our basalt stones. Looks like I'll only be able to get 2, but it makes 2 at a time. So it came out to 4. And now I have some stone, or some cobblestone. Fortunately, we don't need a pick for that. So we can get that placed. Building kind of a big area. I guess I don't need something quite this big to start with, but it'll be nice later to have it. So if I go up one more layer, the enemies can't jump to, and neither can I for that matter, but it keeps them out, which is what we want for the night. Well, that's all I got. So I'm going to collect some more grass, and I'll bring you right back. Alright, so night has set in fully, and it is pretty much perfectly black. I think all you guys are seeing is pretty much perfectly black. So I'm going to get through night, and then we'll see where I am tomorrow. Alright, day has come back around. I managed to make this bed You only sleep for, I think, 5.5 hours on this, though, so you cannot skip the entire night. But it got us through part of it, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and finish getting these walls up, and I'm going to go cut down a tree. We need that to get a fire going. So we'll get this fire up, we'll probably make a little food, and we'll call that good. We got a base, a little headquarters to start from. So we'll be right back. Alright, so I got the roof put on this. If you can't get enough material for a roof before night falls, you don't need one. If you just build your walls high enough, the enemies can't jump in, and you can make a base that you can jump into that they wouldn't be able to get into. I've done that before. But I built this roof because the rain will extinguish your campfires and also your torches. So by having the roof, then I can keep these lit and I can have light. You can also carry this in our offhand, but from what I understand, that increases your food usage, so you get hungrier faster. I think it's 25% by holding this here, so I won't do that very often. I dug this down because I don't like the feel of it too high. It just feels cramped. Well, we got some firewood. I moved the bed over here. A lot of the stuff in this game, I keep doing this back and forth, when I made a basket. These will set angled based on where you were standing, so that's offset, and I'm sure that'll bother somebody like me later, but for now it's okay. We can also take these peat bricks that will burn over here and stack them as well. So we'll just put all these right here. There we go. Something nice to sleep beside, I guess. I planted the saplings we have. They look like cute little trees. And I put down all the berry bushes. Some of these you can stack, but not all of them. So you gotta just do rows like this. And then it tells you will flower in 4 days. And then after it flowers, that one's 3 days. And then we'll have berries. So we have food, a little bit of food. I cooked some meat too from that rabbit. So I hope you guys like this. If you do, you can like, subscribe, or whatever you want to do. If you want, you can comment. Tell me what you like to see, or if you have any tips for me, put them down below. So I hope you guys have a good day.